Hello everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, we are going to talk about something that affects all of us, almost every day, often without us even noticing it. The topic is the dark side of the attention economy. Let's start with a simple question: how much time do you spend on your phone every day? Maybe 2 hours, maybe 4, maybe even more. And what are you doing during that time? Scrolling, watching videos, checking messages, reading news, or maybe just switching from one app to another without thinking too much. This is not an accident. It is part of a system called the attention economy. The attention economy is based on one simple idea: your attention is valuable. Companies, especially online platforms, compete to get as much of your time and focus as possible. Why? Because the more time you spend on their platform, the more ads you see, and the more money they make. At first, this may not sound like a big problem. After all, these platforms give us free services. We can connect with friends, learn new things, and entertain ourselves. But today, we are going to explore the darker side of this system. Let's begin with how these platforms are designed. Most apps and websites are not neutral. They are carefully created to keep you engaged. For example, think about the infinite scroll. You can keep scrolling forever, and there is always something new. There is no natural stopping point. It's like eating chips from a bag that never becomes empty. Another example is notifications. Your phone lights up, makes a sound, or vibrates. It tells you that someone liked your post, sent you a message, or mentioned your name. These small signals are very powerful. They make you want to check your phone immediately. There is also something called algorithmic recommendations. This means that the platform learns what you like and shows you more of it. If you watch one video about cooking, you will see many more. If you click on a story about a certain topic, similar stories will follow. This can be helpful, but it also has risks. One risk is that you can get trapped in a bubble. You only see content that matches your interests or opinions. Over time, this can limit your perspective. You may start to believe that everyone thinks the same way you do, even if that is not true. Another risk is related to time. Many people say, "I just wanted to check one thing," and suddenly 1 hour passed. This happens because the system is designed to keep you there. It is not just about your choices, it is also about how the environment influences you. Now, let's talk about something deeper: how the attention economy affects our brains. Our brains are not used to constant stimulation. In the past, people had more moments of silence and boredom. These moments are actually important. They allow us to think, reflect, and be creative. Today, however, many of us fill every empty moment with content. Waiting for a bus? Check your phone. Standing in line? Watch a video. Sitting alone? Scroll through social media. This constant activity can make it harder to focus. You may notice that it is difficult to read a long article or concentrate on a task without checking your phone. This is not because you are lazy. It is because your brain is getting used to short, fast, and exciting pieces of information. Another effect is on our emotions. Social media often shows the best parts of people's lives. Beautiful photos, exciting trips, big achievements. When you see this again and again, you may start to compare yourself with others. You might think, "Why is my life not as interesting?" or "Why am I not as successful?" Even if you know that these images are not the full reality, they can still affect how you feel. There is also the problem of negative content. Strong emotions, like anger or fear, keep people engaged. Because of this, some platforms may show more content that is shocking or controversial. This can create stress and make the online environment feel more hostile. Now, let's look at another important aspect: control. Who controls your attention? Is it you, or is it the platforms you use? This is a difficult question. Of course, we make choices. We decide when to open an app and what to click on. But at the same time, these systems are designed by experts who understand human psychology very well. They know what makes us curious, what makes us react, and what keeps us coming back. In a way, it is like playing a game where the rules are created by someone else, and they are very good at winning. This does not mean that we are powerless. But it does mean that we need to be more aware. So, what can we do? First, we can start by observing our own behavior. Try to notice when and why you use your phone. Are you bored? Tired? Avoiding something? Just becoming aware of these patterns is already a big step. Second, we can create small limits. For example, you can decide not to check your phone during meals or not to use it in the first hour after waking up. These simple rules can help you take back some control. Third, you can turn off non-essential notifications. Not every app needs to interrupt you. By reducing these signals, you can make your environment calmer and less distracting. Another idea is to create phone-free moments in your day. Maybe when you go for a walk, or when you spend time with friends, you can leave your phone in your pocket or in another room. This can help you be more present. Let's also talk about the role of companies. Should companies be responsible for how their platforms affect users? Many people think so. There are discussions about regulation, design ethics, and digital well-being. Some companies have already started to introduce features like screen time reports or reminders to take a break. These are positive steps, but some critics say they are not enough. After all, the main business model still depends on keeping your attention for as long as possible. This creates a conflict. Helping users spend less time on the platform may reduce profits. Because of this, real change may require not only individual action but also changes at a larger level, such as laws or industry standards. Now, let's imagine a different future. What if technology was designed to respect your time and attention? What if apps helped you achieve your goals instead of just keeping you busy? In this kind of system, success would not be measured by how long you stay online, but by how satisfied and balanced you feel. It may sound idealistic, but many people are already working on these ideas. There is a growing movement focused on digital minimalism. The idea is simple: use technology in a way that supports your values, instead of letting it control your life. This does not mean that you have to delete all your apps or stop using the internet. It means being intentional. Choosing what is truly useful and meaningful for you. For example, you might decide to use social media only to stay in touch with close friends, not to follow hundreds of accounts. Or you might prefer long-form content, like books or podcasts, instead of short, endless feeds. Let's return to the main idea, the attention economy. Your attention is powerful. It shapes what you learn, how you think, and how you feel. When you give your attention to something, you are also giving a part of your life. So it is worth asking, where is my attention going? And is it going where I want it to go? This question is not easy, and there is no perfect answer. But even asking it can change the way you interact with technology. Before we finish, let's summarize the key points. The attention economy is a system where companies compete for your focus. Many platforms are designed to keep you engaged for as long as possible. This can affect your time, your concentration, and your emotions. There are risks, such as spending too much time online, feeling stressed or distracted, and seeing a limited view of the world. However, there are also ways to respond. You can become more aware of your habits, set limits, reduce distractions, and use technology more intentionally. At the same time, there is a need for broader discussions about responsibility and design. In the end, the goal is not to reject technology, but to build a healthier relationship with it. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you found it useful, you might want to share it with someone who also spends a lot of time online. And maybe today, After you finish listening, take a small break from your screen and just enjoy a quiet moment. See you next time.